Hi, this is Tony Manis for 5S Supply, and this session is on our One Good Idea Photo Challenge. As part of Yokoten, which is Japanese for sharing best practices, 5S Supply sponsored a One Good Idea Photo Challenge. We asked people to submit ideas that would show how they use lean and visual principles in their workplace. Some of the criteria for the judging included originality, the focus on lean and visual principles, and impact to the workspace or the organization. So our third place winner was Bonnie Hauge. Why don't you introduce yourself and give us a little bit about your background?
Okay, my name is Bonnie Hauge, and I am the president and co-founder of CAS Adaptive Solutions. Several of my coworkers and I started this business in 2010. We were Kennedy Space Center workers, and with the retirement of the Space Shuttle program, we wanted to continue our Lean and Six Sigma journey, so we created CAS Adaptive Solutions. We were working with a client, Professional Aircraft Accessories, and came across this really good idea. So I wanted to definitely give them credit for the idea for your contest.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about what the problem was and what they did to help solve it.
Okay, they are an aircraft refurbishment center. They specialize in landing gear, and they have about 1 million tools, and they have about 10,000 toolboxes, and many of the toolboxes are shadow boxed within the drawers, and they found that they could see very quickly at a glance if a tool was missing, but they really needed some kind of simple checkout system that would indicate who has the tool, because some of their tools are very expensive and unique. So they have very few of those tools. They needed to know who had that tool when it was missing from their toolbox. So they came up with this great idea of engraving disc and giving all the technicians a number of discs so that when they remove a tool from a shadow boxed drawer, they leave their disc. You can see a picture of the missing tool, and nobody knows who has it, but they have these engraved discs that they have given to all the technicians with their initials engraved on them, so that they're able to leave the disc in the spot where the tool is. So when somebody needs to audit the toolbox or get that particular tool for calibration, they know exactly where that tool is. They also created discs for their visitors. If another shop needed to borrow a tool, they had a checkout log and visitor discs that were serialized, and they had out of service disc. If that particular tool was out of service, they knew exactly where it was.
Well, Bonnie, this sounds like one of those types of things where a lot of companies have that issue where they have shared tools and the tool's gone, and once again, having the foam there definitely can show you that it's missing, but this is a great way to know who has it, and so that you can track it down and find it. So talk a little bit about, what were the benefits?
This is a very inexpensive way of checking out a tool. They have their own machine shop. They were able to purchase these little washers or discs very inexpensively, and they engraved initials on them. Whenever they get a new employee, that's one of the first things they do is engrave the disc, hand them a handful of them, and teach them how to use this checkout system. So they were able to benefit from this solution in many ways. One of them is the hours that you would spend tracking down a missing tool. If you needed something quickly, you know exactly where it is. It also prevents interruptions. If you go into a shop and you're trying to find who has this tool, you have to ask everybody who has the tool, and they have to stop what they're doing, look on their desk to see if they have it. So it keeps everybody in the loop, it builds camaraderie, and it really helps them in all aspects of tool control.
Well, that sounds like a great solution. So Bonnie, who would you like to thank for this actual implementation here?
I'd like to thank Professional Aircraft Accessories, especially Eric Knight. He's the manager of the accessory shops that implemented this really good idea, and his boss, Gary McCracken, he's the vice president of technical operations at Professional Aircrafts, who supported this idea and implemented it throughout their repair shop.
That sounds great. And at 5S Supply, we'd also like to thank the judges for our photo challenge, including Pat Wardwell from GBMP, Rhonda Covera from Visual Workplace Incorporated, and Chris Avery from Accurate Perforating. And Bonnie, real quick, if people would like to get a hold of you for more information, how can they contact you?
Well, you can send me an email at bonnie.hauge, H-A-U-G-E, at casadaptive.com.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony. It was a pleasure speaking to you today.